Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And the big news for this week is of course that Gundam Evolution has launched. And one hell of a launch it was. It was able to skyrocket to the top of Twitch in no time, and there's no signs of it slowing down either. And that is despite their worldwide release not being quite worldwide. So let's hope that momentum keeps going and that we'll soon be able to see the game pop up in other regions too. Personally, I haven't been able to play the game yet, but I hope that I'll soon be able to find the time to try it out. Of course, with the help of NordVPN, which you can get through the link in the description down below, or the code kkrt if you too have those pesky region logs that need dodging, or you just want some extra security while browsing online. And by using my code, you will not only be getting a sweet discount, but you'll also be supporting the channel. And yesterday then, we got the full roster of the Gundam Evolution Showdown event that will take place on the 24th, 12 PM PT. On the Earthnoid side, we have Moist Critical, Dunmuir, D-Pity, Sure4, New Type Seiji, and Swole Jules. And on the Space Noid side, we have Stali, X-Ray PC, Bruce, Jean, Zentreya, Dearest, and Carnage. And commenting on their epic battle will be Lemon Kiwi, ZP, and Esports TJ. And since we're talking about video games, SD Gundam Battle Alliance. On the 15th, we got the second wave of DLC consisting of the Night Superior Gundam and the Moon Gundam piloted by Yuta Kashim, accompanied by their relevant missions. And they also unveiled the third wave of DLC, which will be releasing later on in the year. In it will be the Exia Repair 4 and Graham Acre, the Xi Gundam and Mafty, and the Penelope with Lane Aim, and just as with the other DLC, it'll also include 2 new missions. And if you want to win some cool SD Gundam Battle Alliance stuff, here's your reminder that I'm currently running a competition to win 2 Legend BB SD Gundam Battle Alliance limited sets. And the link to enter is in the description down below, the pinned comment, and also on the card on screen. And staying with Gunpla, we got a bunch of new things that came in just today. And the thing that surprised me the most was Bandai teasing and confirming the Master Grade SD line. A while back we heard the first rumblings about it, but now Bandai has finally come out and officially confirmed it. The line will be a thing, and the first kit will be announced on the 29th. And I really wonder how they're going to do this aesthetics-wise. Is it just going to be like the SDs that we've seen so far, but with an inner frame? Are they going to be more detailed like we see a lot with Master Grades now? Or are they going to step away from the stocky bodies that SD model kits usually have, and are they going to be for a more full-sized body but still with a big head? Only time will tell, and it won't be that long. From Mercury then, we got the final details and more images for the Figurized Standard Suletta Mercury, SD Gundam X Standard Gundam Apparel, and high-grade 144th scale Dilonza Guel Custom. So let's go over all of the details once more while I play the images on screen. Suletta will be releasing on October the 15th for 3,520 yen, 25 US, and comes with a haro, 4 sets of hands, including one to hold onto the haro, a stand, color correcting stickers, 1 pre-printed face and 2 empty faces, where you can then use the included waterslide decals to create the expressions that you want. And thankfully for my wallet, I'm still liking this model kit a lot more than the Figuarts figure that they showed off at the exhibits over at the Damashii Nation store in Tokyo. The cute little SD Ariel then will also be releasing on the 15th, but with a very wallet-friendly 660 yen price tag, 5 US. The figure will come with a beam saber, a beam rifle that can also be stored on the back, a shield with bits that can separate and be attached to the shoulders, and of course, stickers. I really wonder how color accurate this thing is going to be, even with the stickers. And then there is the very chonky Dilonza Guel Custom, also known as Guel's Dilonza. The kit will be releasing 1 week earlier on the 8th, and for 1,760 yen, 12 US, we're getting a beam partisan, a beam torch and beam rifle that can be stored in the shields, color correcting stickers, a removable backpack, and a lot of articulation for such a chonky machine. And this week, we also got the final details for the Thunderbolt 10th anniversary set. It'll go on sale on September the 30th over at the Gundam base, and it'll retail for 6,600 yen, 46 US. And as we discussed a while back, the only difference between this box set and the standard releases is that the color scheme for both machines is now much more subdued, in my opinion, making them the best version of them, and they now also come with waterslide decals instead of the normal stickers, and the markings are also different, as you can see very well on the shields and the chests. Next up then is the fourth lineup of the G-Frame Full Armor series, consisting of the Hyakushiki, God Gundam, Gundam Apparel, and Jim Quel with optional Hazel Head. The Hyakushiki also comes with an optional head, but because of the size of the picture, I can't really see any difference between the two. But if I were to guess, I think one of them has the normal black eyes and the other one has the IDE system active. You know, the red lines that sometimes run across the eyes when the Hyakushiki is like sniping or scanning for something. But whatever the case might be, as per usual, each machine consists of 2 sets, an armor set and a frame set, costing 748 yen each, 5 US, meaning that the total is 10 US per machine. And they'll also be available in 10 sets for 7,480 yen, 50 US, which I will have linked down below if you want one for yourself. Personally, I'm really eyeing that Jim Quel. And all of them are of course releasing in January. And what I also thought was really cool at first were the Aqua shooters Winning Fumina and Hyper Gyanko. Both come with 5 different facial expressions, and Fumina can be displayed as either Winning Fumina, with the Winning Gundam equipped, or as just regular Fumina, with the Winning Gundam as the Winning Gundam. Both figures also look like they're articulated well enough, but there is one big problem. Both figures are only 75 millimeters, which is just under 3 inches, and they go for 6,050 yen, 42 US. At first, I thought that was a pretty nice price, albeit still a little bit expensive for both of them. But then I realized that it was the price for each of them. So yeah, for the very big Fumina and Gyanko fans, these figures went up for pre-order on P-Bandai last week Friday, and they are slated for a February release. Some better figure news then came from Damashii Nations with the Robot Damashii version anime Moebius Zero and Jim Sniper. Both of which went up for pre-order today, and therefore also had all of their juicy details unveiled. The Moebius Zero goes for 8,250 yen, 58 US, and comes with almost all the accessories you could possibly want from a Moebius Zero. The gun barrels can parts form between stored and active mode. They come with 4 large and 4 small firing effect parts, 4 wires to connect them to the Moebius Zero, 4 connectors to attach them to the action base, that it of course also comes with, 5 thruster effect parts, and a railgun effect part. Honestly, the only other thing they could have possibly included was the anchor wire that I think it uses like twice throughout the anime. Once during the surprise attack on the Vesalius, and then once during the atmospheric reentry battle when he was trying to get back to the Archangel. So this is definitely looking like a really sweet package for an awesome mobile armor that hasn't gotten quite enough love in my opinion. And it can be yours in March, which is also when the Jim Sniper will be releasing. It's also going for 8,250 yen, 58 US, and I think this might be an even better deal than the Moebius Zero. Not only does it come in that cool military green color scheme, but it also comes with an impressive amount of accessories. We got the normal things you'd expect, like 2 beam sabers with effect parts, the standard 100mm machine gun, and the sniper rifle that it's of course so famous for, with beam effect part, but they really went the extra mile by including a special base to put them on, smoke effect parts, and cooling cables. I think we've got a real winner on our hands here, folks. And also from Damashii Nations, the NX Edge style MS Unit High New Gundam Tokyo Limited version will be getting a restock at the Damashii Nation Store Tokyo in October. And last week Thursday, the Witch from Mercury exhibition opened at the store, with the big eye catchers being the 1 meter tall versions of the Suletta and Miorine Figuarts mini figures. The small versions that we'll soon be able to purchase are definitely adorable, but not so much the big ones. There's something that just feels cursed about them. I don't know if it's because of the angle or the lighting, but the paint feels very flat on these big versions when compared to the smaller versions. It's kind of like they're missing shading in some areas. The Miorine one looks passable, but just imagine waking up and having this Suletta figure staring at you, knowing what you did. So yeah, big one bad, small one good. And just in today, pre-orders started for the FW Gundam Converge Core Real Type 2 triple set. Of course, limited to P Bandai. For 3,850 yen, 27 US, you'll get the Goof with Heat Rod, Heat Saber, and regular left hand, the Jim with Beam Spray Gun and Hyper Bazooka, and the Zaku one with its signature machine gun and bazooka, a support rack for on the shoulder, and a Heat Hawk. Currently, the set is scheduled for February. Which is also when the Mobile Suit Ensemble, God Gundam, and Master Gundam will be shipping out. Pre-orders also open today, but hold on to your wallets, because these small figures come with a huge price tag if you want everything. The base figures alone will set you back 6,050 yen, 42 US each. And then the add-on sets are 4,400 yen, 31 US for the God Gundam, and 4,950 yen, 35 US for the Master Gundam. Meaning that for the whole set, you'll have to pay 150 US, and that is with a favorable yen to US dollars conversion rate. Under normal circumstances, with a normal or an even stronger yen, this could have easily been 180 US or over 200. And what do you get for your money? The God Gundam comes with a variety of hands, folded arms, parts for the core lander, 2 beam sabers, and an action base. And then with the add-on set, you get a bunch of fighting effect parts, a different hip piece, a Doan headpiece, the halo, and one of those satellites that forms the ring around the Earth, which you can also place your God Gundam on. And then for the Master Gundam, it's mostly the same. It comes with different hand options, folded arms, an action base, beam effects, and a folded up cloak. And then the add-on set adds a bunch of effect parts, the same satellite as with the God Gundam, and Foon Psyche, which the Master Gundam can of course ride on. It doesn't say if the God Gundam can also ride on it, but I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't be able to do so. On the Cucuruz Doan's island front then, some really cool images were released that will be used for the special items included with the various special editions of the Blu-ray and DVD versions, be it in the form of tapestries or illustration boards. And one thing that I missed a while back is that with Crunchyroll getting their hands on the rights to the movie, Cucuruz Doan's Island will be shown in select cinemas, both subtitled and dubbed. And this will then probably mean that digital distribution in the future will also be going through Crunchyroll, at least in the West. Because over in Japan, this week it was confirmed that Cucuruz Island will be streaming through Amazon Prime. Something that would also be neat in the West, but we'll see how that plays out. As for the physical screenings then, they happened in the UK on the 21st and the 22nd, and in the US they will happen on the 27th and 28th, in Canada on the 29th and October 1st, and in Australia on September 29th. More information and where to buy the tickets down below. For the SD Gundam World Heroes fans then, a Blu-ray box of the series will be releasing on January 27th and has gone up for pre-order at Aeon and P Bandai. It'll cost you 55,000 yen, 380 US, and comes with all 24 episodes, extra videos, creditless openings and endings, a new short novel, a special booklet, and a package of promotional card-ass cards. However, I didn't see a mention of English subtitles. In other news then, due to the Typhoon Nan Madol, both the Gundam Factory Yokohama and the life-sized RX-93FF New Gundam were, understandably, shortly closed. The first 5 minutes of prologue is now available for Japanese fans on YouTube, meaning that the Western fandom at least has one thing that's better than the Japanese side. The Gundam Metaverse's second testing phase was supposed to open on the 22nd, but has been postponed until the 28th. And Volume 1 of Mika Akitaka's MS Girl note has appeared on Gundam.info, and it unfortunately confirms that they're just reposting old images. I was afraid that this was going to happen, but I still held hope that we were going to see some cool new Mobile Suit Girls coming from Mika Akitaka, which was absolutely not the case with the Advance of Zeta reboot, because boy did we get some cool information on the Gym Quel this week. The short version is that the Gym Quel that we saw in the 0083 anime, which is different from the line art of the Gym Quel, has now been made official as an early production version. And we even got a Gym custom in Gym Quel colors. For more information then, you can check out my dedicated video on the subject, which I'll have linked in the usual places. Moving on to the other gaming news then. The RX-78-2 has appeared in both the real and virtual Tokyo Game Show as one of the main symbols. In Gundam Battle Operation 2, the Garibaldi Beta High Mobility type will be joining the battle. And in Gundam Bonds of the Battlefield 2, the Gym RR Reds and Doan Zaku joined the lineup, along with some balancing and a Halloween mission that gives a sweet new paint job to the gun tank and the Zaku tank. Over at UC Engage then, they also got some new machines, being the full armor engaged Gundam A plan, meaning that we might see more variations in the future, and the Overon piloted by Mashiro Oaks. On to the things you could get this week then. On Saturday, the Robot Damashii version anime Full Armored Gundam Zaku 2 High Mobility Type R1A Black Tristars version and GPO1 Full Burnian got a restock, with the GPO1 going for 8,140 yen, 57 US, and the other two going for 6,600 yen a pop, 46 US. And on Wednesday, you could get the SDW Heroes Zhao Yun 00 Gundam Command Package for 1,100 yen, 8 US. I never thought I'd get to see the 00 Gundam with Hyakushiki-esque sunglasses. As for this week's reading material then, there was the Hobby Japan Mechanics 13 featuring a special on the 08th MS team, and the big comic superior that comes with a papercraft perfect Gundam head to celebrate Thunderbolt's 10th anniversary. And that is already everything, so quickly moving on to this week's Gundam Apparel. From Bankore, we got just one item this week, being the sneakers that Amuro wore when he was on Cucuruz Doan's island. Or at least they're mostly the shoes he wore, because I don't think the ones in the anime came complete with a tag that said Amuro Ray on them. Sizes range from 24.5 to 28.5, they retail for 19,800 yen, 140 US, and they're slated for a February release. Over at Strict G then, they first came out with the dry setup inspired by Omro Ray, Char Aznable, and Slegger Law. For 4,180 yen, 29 US, you can get a t-shirt in gray with Omro motif, black with Char motif, or blue with Slegger motif. And for 3,850 yen, around 30 US, you can get matching shorts that are comfy and easy to wear. There's navy blue Omro ones, red Char ones, and black Slegger ones. And all of these items went up for sale last week, Friday. Today then, they released 2 more collections. First up, there is the Witch from Mercury Prologue collection that consists of 5 different t-shirts that go for 4,730 yen each, 33 US. There is a white or very dark navy Lubrith shirt, a blue or black Beggar Bow shirt, and a white Prologue shirt. The second collection then is the Mobile Suit Gundam UC Collection 2022. You can get a white unicorn, black Banshee, or black Laplace shirt for 4,180 yen, 29 US, a black Kshatriya or white Sinanju long sleeve shirt for 5,280 yen, 37 US, a black Vist Foundation or gray Anaheim Electronics hoodie for 8,580 yen, 59 US, a Gundam UC jacket for also 8,580 yen, 59 US, and a Vist Foundation Anaheim Electronics or Neo Xeon pin for 880 yen a pop, 6 US. And all of these items became available today, except for the pins that will be shipping in early October. And then we go back to last week Friday, when Parco's huge amount of Gundam collaboration items went up for sale. There really is a bit of everything for everyone here. Going from a Gundam Apparel skateboard to a Shard custom gaming chair. So even if you're not going to buy anything, it's just cool to window shop and gawk at the crazy stuff they're selling. I'll have the link down below. And the final interesting thing then was the Donjara Neo Zaku selection. And my first impression was that it looked a lot like Mahjong, but with Zaku's. But considering the name of the thing, I figured it's gotta be something else, so I looked up what Donjara was, and it turns out that it's like a kid's version of Mahjong. Or, to be very specific about it, it is the trademark name that Bandai uses for the game, and it's apparently generally known as Ponjon or Pomjong. The more you know. So if you too want to play a simpler version of Mahjong with 74 different Zakus, you can head over to P Bandai and pre-order the game for 4,180 yen, 29 US, and it's currently slated for a December release. Perfect for the holidays. And as always, let's wrap up this week's Gundam news with some polls. 2 weeks ago, Gundam.info wanted to know what our favorite subflight system was, because as they write in the article, many mobile suits can't fly and can only make thruster-assisted jumps. Although, when used correctly, you can definitely give the illusion of flying by jumping really good.
Real? You can fly? No, jump good.
But anyways, the winner with 41.5% was the base Jabber, which is basically like the pickup truck of sub-flight systems. It can do a little bit of everything. It can carry up to 2 mobile suits, it can carry cargo, it's got its own mega particle cannon, and can be controlled by either the mobile suit on it or a pilot in the cockpit. And thanks to all of this, it's also the most widespread subflight system, and probably the subflight system with not just the most screen time of Universal Century Gundam, but of all of the Gundam series. So I'm really not surprised that it came out on top. But then the second place, the Dodai YS, also put up a good fight with 33.7%. And this is another one of those iconic subflight systems. It doesn't look quite as good as the base Jabber, but it does hold the distinction of being the first one ever. You gotta start somewhere. Further down then, we have the Gal Saison, or the Flying Turtle, depending on which line art you look at, with only 17.7%. And then finally, the Setter with 7.1%, the subflight system from Victory Gundam that isn't quite as well known. And as for the currently ongoing one then, because the Gundam Seed Destiny Remaster is returning to Japanese televisions in October, they wanted to know what our favorite Shin quote is. And in case you also want to vote, I'll make it easier by covering the options from top to bottom. So the top one is, do you guys really want another war? From when Shin swoops in with the Impulse Gundam during the Armory 1 incident. And it's currently only in third place with 179 votes. A bit of a shame because it's definitely one of the quotes that I closely associate with Shin. But not as bad as the second option. No matter how beautifully the flowers bloom, people will just blow them away again. It only got 53 votes so far, and it's definitely one of the deeper things Shin has said throughout the series, so I voted for this one to make its last place a bit less sad. The third option then is in the lead with a nice 278 votes. I'm going to defeat you right here, right now. A quote that of course comes from when Shin was able to beat Kira and the standard Freedom. And I can definitely see why this one is in the lead. And then finally, with 235 votes in second place, we have You People. And this is of course from seconds before his Destiny Gundam gets totaled by Atherin and his Infinite Justice. Kinda sad when your second most popular line is from when you get owned in the final battle of the series you were supposed to be the main character of. But so be it. If you want to vote for yourself, the link is of course down below. And that has been all for this week's Gundam News. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam News.